Hi, I'm Dakota here at the patch office located in Spencer, West Virginia. Today we're on coding lesson number 12, and we're going to be coding our own soccer game. Let's get into this. First, we want to open up a new canvas, a little area to work with. Then we want to have our variables. Go ahead and go. So we need 4 variables. We need one that's labeled X, Y, goals, and misses. For this, we're going to need a total of 6 sprites and 1 backdrop. So we're going to switch over to a playing field. You can get this one going to choose a backdrop, outdoors, scrolling down to the playing field. Now that we have this, we can get rid of this plain white one. Now we just have our soccer ball. We can go to the choose a sprite, sports, and choose soccer ball. Now for the rest of these sprites, we're going to be hand making them. So first we're going to start off with the goal. We want to have it on the vector. So we're going to make some lines to outline our goal. Grab this, give it a little bit of a gray inside kind of net. Drag this into the middle here and expand it a little bit. It's a little lopsided, so let's go ahead and fix that. Try and get it as straight as possible. There's our goal. Next, we're going to need our goalie. So we're just going to go ahead and make him. So let's grab our black paint. Let's go ahead and draw our little figure. Again, this can be a stick figure or whatever you feel like drawing. I'm just going to make a stick figure. Paint the inside of his head kind of a tannish kind of color, give him some skin. Give him some eyes. There's our goalie. Oops. Next, we're going to need a bullseye. So we're going to paint this one as well. Here we can just use this little circle. I'm going to paint this a different color. Bullseyes are typically yellow. Then we're just going to put some lines through it. Grab this as a whole. There's our bullseye. Next, we're going to need to type out in whatever font you want. I'm going to make this a pixel font, and we're going to type press if we can have some color. This, put this in the center. But we're going to bring it down here. to need one last sprite. We're just going to simply call this You Win. Put that one down here. I'm going to arrange these in order. So we're going to put Bullseye as our second one. So we're just going to name this Bullseye. How to, and simply You Win. Now we're going to start by coding our little goalie, so we're going to shrink him down, that way he fits on the inside. So we're going to put him at 75%, maybe even expand our goal a little bit more. We can get our goalie back. Alright, so now that we have everything, we're going to start coding our sprites. We're going to start off with our goalie. First things first, we're going to need our green flag. We're going to have him set at whatever position for his movement, so we're just going to have him set here. Then we're going to have him in layers. We've never dealt with the layers, so we're going to start with these. We want him to be on the front layer to begin. Then we want him to go backwards a layer. Just one layer. Then we're going to need whenever the space key is pressed. This is the only space key that we're going to be needing. Then we want him to be gliding. So we're going to need this block. Now here we're going to need these random position ones. We've never dealt with these ones yet. So we're going to need two of them, one for the X, one for the Y. Now what these do is this is going to be a AI controlled. So here we have him standing over here. We want him to have a negative on the left side, and we want him to have a positive on the right side. So this is going to be scaling him back and forth across each side. So 159 and 177. Then we're going to need to do our Y. So our lowest is 159. Cool. That's on X. We're going to need negative 56. And our highest, which is going to be up in this corner, is going to be negative 93. So whenever the soccer ball gets kicked, he's going to be going in a random position around this whole block. Let me change that to 89. That way he goes in both corners. And that's all our goalie is going to do. We're going to move on to our Bullseye. We're going to need 3 different source codes. So we're going to need a green flag, a space key, and another green flag. So our Bullseye is going to be sitting within here. We're going to change its size. We're going to shrink it down to where it's small enough to move. I'm going to change it to 50. We're going to actually have him start here at the top. So we want him to start here. We're going to need our layers again. So we're going to need front layer. And then we want him to move backwards 2. That way he is behind the goalie. And then we're going to need a forever. And we're going to have him glide in 6 different positions. So we're going to have him go here, start, Then we're going to have him go here, slide across, slide down, slide across, and then back to his original position, which is negative 166 and 96 for the Y. That way he will repeat this over and over as he is moving. Going to need to bring them back. We did not program our goal yet. Next, we're going to move on to our soccer ball. This is where a majority of our codes are going to be. So we're going to need to start with number one of our green flags. We're just going to have him sit in this position. Then we're going to have him go to the front layer. That way he is in the front at all times. And we're just going to set his size down a bit. I'm going to set his size to about 75. Next, we're going to need when the space key is pressed, we're going to need a repeat block of 10, and then we're going to have him change its size by -4. That way it will shrink and it gives us an effect that he's going towards the goal. Next, we're going to need another green flag. This is where our variables are going to come in. We're going to set goals to 0 and misses to 0. That's all that one has. We need another green flag. We're going to have it wait until. We're going to need some operators. Goals equals however many you want. I'm going to set it to 20. We're going to play it a sound. I would play a cheer sound, and then broadcast a message. I'm going to have this message say, "You win." And it's going to broadcast "You win." 4 down, 2 to go. Next, we're going to need another when the space is pressed. We're going to have it play a sound as if we are kicking the ball. We're going to have it glide. To X and Y. Change this to 0.5 seconds. I have it wait 0.5 seconds. Then we'll have it go back to its original positioning. We'll have it go to the front layer. Set its size, and we're going to have it say blank. That way this will have nothing. So we just want to have it say blank. That way when it comes back and we programmed it to say miss or goal, it's going to come back and say nothing. Onto our last one, we're going to need our last space key. We're going to have it wait 1 second. Now we need our if, blank, then, or else. Now if it's going to be touching our goalie, we wanted to change misses by 1, say missed, and then we're going to have it play a boo sound. In the else, we wanted to change the goal by 1, we want to say goal, and then play a cheer sound. And that's all the coding for our soccer ball. Going to our goal sprite, we're only going to need 1 line of code. We're going to contain it with the green flag, have it start at this position, which is 836. Go to the front layer. We want it to go backwards 4 layers. That way everything is in front. And that is all our goal. Our how-to. We're going to need a green flag and a space key. Then we want to have it show up, and as soon as we start kicking our soccer ball, we want it to disappear. So we're going to need our hide. And our last sprite is our you win sprite. So we need to go to the events. When I receive you win, we want it to show up. And then we want to stop everything. I need a green flag, and for when this is clicked, we want it to go ahead and hide. Now that we have everything in place, let's go ahead and test run this. As you can see, the goalie is being controlled by the computer, trying to stop us from getting our goals. And we've hit our goal and we win. Hopefully this gives you guys an idea of how to program your own soccer game.